HTTV in association with Illingworth and Gregory. David, a really memorable day today. It felt like it was going to be a good day before kick-off, but to win the game in that manner is almost like something in a movie, isn't it, for Huddersfield Town today?
Yeah, absolutely. To be totally honest, we had some of this emotional games before, not in this Premier League season, but in the last promotion season, and I'm delighted for the players. I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm so pleased for our supporters as well. They really pushed the players over the whole time, and then the players gave them something to cheer about. This late goal, though, it was all about the 3 points. This was very, very important. I think the game was very even. It wasn't a highlight game where you had a lot of situations in the opponent's box, but then we had this magic moment from Sanka where Incy scored this winner, a very, very important goal for us. And as I said, this was a big step for us. Job isn't done, but a big step, and I'm absolutely delighted for the players.
You're right in saying that there weren't loads of goal chances, clear-cut goal chances today. In a way, you must be very pleased with how your side defended, because Watford showed today that they've got real attacking threat. Any team that can bring Richarlison and Andre Gray off the bench has got options. So, but it wasn't like Jonas was keeping all the balls out. They defended well as a group.
Yeah, that Watford is a decent side with some very good individuals. We were aware about it, but how the players worked against them collectively together, this was extra class. I think defensively we were very aggressive. It was an intense game. We wanted to make an intense game out of it. And as I said, then we had this one moment which was enough, and we used it. It was very late, and it has shown afterwards a lot of emotions from a few people. And I think everybody deserved to have a big smile today who supports Huddersfield, and I'm so happy because of course it was a pressure game, a 6-pointer, a belter, whatever. Everybody has spoken about this, but to be totally honest, I was sure that the players will be focused, clear. As we always said, and we all together were never able to promise a result, but I was totally sure that they will do their job. If this will be enough, nobody knows, and this is what they have done. They have the experience of further games like this, which we played in this season, the experience of the last season with big games, playoffs, finals, penalty shootouts. So they have the mental strength and the fitness as well, and such a great spirit, and this could be enough to reach our targets, even if you maybe not have the outstanding individuals.
You're right in what you've said. We shouldn't be surprised, really, because your squad has shown again and again in pressure situations that they can keep totally independent from what's going on around them. But having said that, there's quite a few new players here from the playoff final and some of those moments that you've talked about. So it's almost like they've adopted what the other players have learned last season. They've really fit in well, haven't they, all the new guys?
Yeah, I think it's all about experiences, and it's all about to learn. We all together, I learn, and all these players which are with us had some comparable situations in this season as well. When we played Wolves at home, when we played West Brom away, we had comparable situations. Last game against Brighton away, it was comparable, and we always said, and the players have shown this very often, it makes no sense to think about all the circumstances which you are not able to influence. You have to be focused on your individual task and on the task which we have as a team, on the game plan. Try to follow and do your work, and the players have done this, and as I said, it's fantastic. Great afternoon. This game has more very, very positive stories which we have to take, which we will take for the next weeks. A clean sheet, Incy scored as a sub. We always believed we scored very late, what makes it even this win bigger, and we have the 3 points.
We've got to mention the late goal, and Tom, you just mentioned him. I think you can see around the changing room, delighted for Tom on a personal level, because he's kept going this season for us and he's come up with a really big goal. The celebrations at the end as well felt pretty special. We might have seen you run down the touchline once or twice before, but it's been a little while, David.
Yeah, and everybody has seen I'm fit enough to do it. So no, it's listen, it's all about how the players played before they created this chance. As I said, Sanka's magic moment, Insi was on the right position and scored as a sub. So our subs today for sure influenced this game. It was a great fighting effort from everybody. There were terrier spirit all over the park, and we scored this one goal, which was enough. I'm, as I said, very, very happy today.
We're going to celebrate today and tonight, I'm sure, David, but you said it in your interview just then with the BBC and Sky. We know the job's not done yet. It's back to business again on Monday, preparing for Everton in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, of course, but it's all about to know that you are capable of and that you are able to deliver if you have to. And this is exactly the mental strength which this dressing room has, and we will prepare us. We have now a break, which we take, and then it's a big game. Maybe it's a final, nobody knows. We will play this game like a final in the stadium, in our home stadium. There will be the atmosphere like in a final. This will be maybe one of the biggest games in the club, in the recent club history, against Everton. So this will be one of the most important games which we play for us, maybe not for Everton, and this is how we take this task.
As always, David, we've got to finish by talking about the fans. You've mentioned them there, but you talk about big game. It was a big game atmosphere that they delivered for your players today, and the scenes at the end, the players and the fans deserve those moments, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very pleased for our supporters that they played their part today, and the players gave them something very late to cheer about. So if you like to win a game like this, you can choose how, then probably you choose exactly this way how we've won it, and this makes this win even bigger.